welcome back to my channel. It's me, Allison. Did you know that your Kindle has hidden settings and hacks that could drastically change your reading experience? If you're like me, your emotional support Kindle goes with you everywhere you go, so why not customize it the way that you like? In this video, I'm going to show you some essential tips and hacks and settings that you can put on your Kindle, as well as how to customize your lock screen. Okay, so for this first setting, this is arguably one of the most basic settings on your Kindle, but it is still highly effective, and that's going to go ahead and be the page turning animation. And when I first got my Kindle, I found that very jarring. It actually made me lose my spot multiple times, and I couldn't figure out where I was in the book. But this hack actually changed my life. And it's literally just a simple wiping animation that swipes across the page every single time you turn the page. And it's so effective because you are visually seeing that the page is turning rather than it just flashing. So here's how you can turn that on.
So to turn on the page animation for your Kindle, you're going to click the screen and click the AA formatting. And then you're going to go to More. You go all the way to the bottom. There is Turn on Page Animation. So now you can kind of see that it has like a wipe effect instead of just kind of like that jerky move to the next page.
Okay, so for this next tip, these are for my night readers and for the girlies who like to read their Kindle in bed, and that is to schedule the warm light setting. So the purpose of warm light is to help reduce eye strain in the dark and also helps your eyes adjust to the lighting of your Kindle in a darker setting. So here's how you can schedule your warm light.
So in order to schedule the warm light, you're going to slide down, click all settings, then you're going to go to screen and brightness, brightness and warmth. And if you toggle over this right here, it'll give you some options on times in which you can set or schedule your warm light. But if you don't want to do that, you can also do it manually.
Okay, so for this next tip, this actually is something that I am very passionate about, and it's how to ungroup books from a specific series on your Kindle. So by default, Kindle will group together all the same books in a series and put it into a collection, and that makes it hard for you finding perhaps maybe the third book in a series. It makes it hard for you to find it because if you're just swiping and searching, you're never going to find it because guess what? It's in a collection. So here's a way to ungroup those so that every single book shows up individually.
If you'll go to all settings once again, you'll go to Home and Library, Library tab, and then you can toggle this over, and once again, now all of these series are being laid out in front of you.
Okay, so this next one is very basic and simple, but it is so effective, and it's to turn on the clock to show up at the top of the screen while you're reading. I cannot tell you how many times I have been reading on my Kindle and not knowing what time it is, only for me to be late for an event or a function or going to bed perhaps. So this has been a really useful hack for me as well.
Here's how you can show the clock. You'll tap your screen, go to AA, we'll go to More, and then you'll toggle on the show clock. And there you have it. You can see it at the top, so that will keep you organized.
Okay, so this next one, I'm sure a lot of you kind of already know this one, but for those who don't, I think it's a really useful tool, and that's going to go ahead and be the dictionary. I didn't think that, at first I didn't think I was really going to use this, but it's actually been very beneficial in helping me build my vocabulary as well as learning new words. If you ever find yourself finding a word that you're not necessarily sure what it means or how it pertains to the context of the book or the series or the sentence perhaps, all you have to do is highlight the word, and at the bottom of the screen it'll tell you the definition, the translation, things like that. And there have been so many words that I have learned through using this hack, so I think it's really useful and perfect for those who like to learn new things. Okay, so this next one, when I first got my Kindle, I did not know how to turn this on, and it's actually the most simple action in the entire world, and that's how to see the progress in the book that you're reading. If you're a longtime Kindle user, you already know this, but for those who are new to the Kindle or just don't know that this exists, if you click the bottom left-hand corner and keep tapping, you'll see progress reports. It'll tell you maybe what percentage you are in the book. It'll show you how many minutes you have left in a certain chapter because it recognizes your reading speed, which is so perfect. You can also click it again and it'll tell you how many hours/minutes you have left in the book, period, which is really nice. And I think this is a really great way to help you read faster. I find myself reading books faster on the Kindle because I'm constantly trying to beat that whatever minutes that it's telling me, or I'm trying to get to this percent or this percent or this percent. So I think it's a really useful tool to help you read faster, but also just to see where you are in the book. Since you're not having the physical copy, you can't see the pages that are left. So this is a great way to see your progress. When I first got my Kindle, I did move forward with the Kindle that had the ads, and that was the worst thing imaginable. I did have to pay to get them taken off, but you can buy Kindles without ads, and that can kind of alleviate that step that I had to go through. But if your Kindle does have ads on the front page, you do have to go pay a one-time fee to Amazon to remove the ads, but I think it was only like $25 or something, so it wasn't terrible. And now you can see the book cover of the book you're reading on the homepage. So here's how you can show that.
So if you don't have this setting turned on, you are going to get some random photos as your lock screen on your Kindle. And so I much prefer to do the cover of the book I'm reading. So I'm going to show you how to do that. If you go scroll down to all settings, screen and brightness, and then you just toggle this on, show covers on lock screen. And there you go. There is the cover of the book I'm reading.
Okay, speaking of book covers, now this is a lengthier process, I will say, but it is so fun. And for those of you who are creative and love to like customize to the absolute max, this is a perfect hack for you. And it's how to get customized covers on your lock screen.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is to design your actual Kindle covers. I personally use Canva. It's free and pretty user-friendly to use. You'll go ahead and click Create Design. You'll click Customize Size. It'll be 1600 width by 2560 height. Create New Design. So from there, you can design anything that you want. I would just be cautious about using color just because most Kindles are only going to show black and white. So once you're satisfied with your designs, you are going to go ahead and export them as a PNG file. So be sure that it is PNG. It usually will export as a PNG anyway, but just be sure you're doing that and download that file. From there, you're going to go to Google and you're going to type in PNG to EPUB converter. Convertio is my go-to. So all you're going to do is click choose your file and you're going to open that up and convert. Once that is finished downloading, you'll go ahead and download the EPUB file. After that, you're going to have to add the photo that you created on the cover of the EPUB file. So my go-to for that is Online Converter. From there, you're going to choose your EPUB file, which is what we just downloaded. Then you're going to click the cover art. For that, for these, I would just say fill, just so that it fills the whole screen, and then you'll convert it. And you'll click download now. If you get a random ad, just exit out of it, no problem. So the next step is to send that EPUB file that you just downloaded to your Kindle. So if you're on your laptop, all you have to search is send EPUB to Kindle. It'll be that first Amazon link. Be sure that you are logged in with the account that is associated with your Kindle. So then you'll click select file. You'll do that EPUB that has the photo, click open and send. and it should take a couple seconds for it to send to your Kindle. And now we are back on our Kindle after sending those files. And as you can see, that file is now here. So click on that to make sure it downloads, and there we are. Once you open it up, that will be your Kindle lock screen. And then when you turn your Kindle off, there it goes. There is your custom lock screen. Now, the only thing about this is that you have to be sure to click inside this in order to make sure that that will show up. So if, for example, if you're reading here and you turn it off, it's going to be that cover of the book you're reading. So once again, if you want it to be the custom lock screen, just before you exit out of your Kindle, be sure to go in side of that file. And there we go.
Well guys, there you have it. There are a couple tips and tricks that I have for you when it comes to customizing your Kindle, organizing the Kindle the way that you want, and having beautiful lock screens that were created by you yourself and yourself. If you're interested in any more tips and tricks and reviews and recommendations, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you don't mind, as well as follow me on all my social media, links down below. I've got Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads, so be sure to follow me there, and I will link all of those websites that I use also in the description. I hope that you are able to customize your Kindle and make it as you as possible, but for now, bye guys!